and gentlemen, it has been a long journey as we visit 26 cemeteries, and now we are at our final stop. As we pay our respect to our fallen comrades here on this hollow ground and across this country. As veterans, Memorial Day is a most scarred time for us as we remember our brothers and sisters who are no longer with us. There were thousands who have fallen on the battlefields of Europe, the Pacific, Vietnam, Korea, others more recently, Iraq and Afghanistan, who gave their lives in the global war of terrorists. Yes, there are those that return home to live out their lives in the country for which they fought so unselfishly. Some have passed now, but on Memorial Day, we pause by each of the gravestones to salute them. For the sacrifice that they have given to protect and defend this country, so we could continue living free. Let's not forget our veterans. God bless America. Thank you.
From World War I to the war in Iraq, 40,151,000 Americans served their country. 1,136,000 of them were wounded. 668,000 of them gave their lives for the country. Of all of them, the most unpopular war still remains the Vietnam War. Quite a number of us here today fought in that war, served during that time. It remains our nation's unhealed wound. But I want to tell you the story of one who fought in that war. He didn't protest it. He didn't run from it. What he did was serve in it proudly. He was an ordinary individual who, when he met the test, did extraordinary things. And if it weren't for the combined efforts of his family, his friends, politicians, and his veteran buddies, the heroic thing that he did would never have been known. It would have been an episode lost in the Vietnam War. His name is Airman First Class William H. Pitsenbarger. That's a mouthful. So the soldiers he knew called him Pitts. Pitts, as he was affectionately called, grew up in the small blue-collar town of Piqua, Ohio. Pitts was an only child. His father said he was not afraid of anything. The friends Pitts grew up with said he was an adventurous youth who would climb the highest tree. Pitts was a wholesome, clean-cut hometown boy, an all-American kid who loved playing baseball and playing soldier with his friends. In high school, Pitts worked at the local supermarket. A woman who worked there with him said Pitts was a fun-loving guy that you did not dare walk in the back room because he'd hide behind the boxes, jump out, and scare you to death. She said Pitts was popular with the girls and won many dance contests. She said it was nothing to have 10 or 15 girls packed in the store on weekends. They would come in to buy a pack of gum just to see him. But he wasn't big-headed about it. He was just good-looking and had a magnetic personality. Pitts was someone who showed concern for other people, both young and old alike. When he was a junior in high school, Pitts tried to enlist in the Army and become a Green Beret, but his parents refused permission. So when he graduated, he joined the Air Force volunteering for the grueling pararescue training. Upon completion of his training, Pitts received a pararescue crew member position in the 38th Aerospace Rescue and Recovery Squadron stationed near Saigon, South Vietnam. Pitts' commander said he was an airman that was of a special breed, alert, always ready to go on any mission. As a matter of fact, he took part in 300 rescue missions. On April 11, 1966, Pitts was aboard a rescue helicopter responding to an urgent call to evacuate men of the U.S. Army's Big Red 1 Infantry Division. Arriving above the pitched battle, Pitts could see it was an absolute chaos below. Pinned down by enemy fire, no one was gathering the wounded. And that's when he made his decision. Pitts talked the pilot into lowering him on a hoist 100 feet down into the inferno of small arms fire. One rifleman on the ground who saw Pitts descending said, "I was stunned that somebody was coming down to put themselves in this situation. It's hard to believe that someone would voluntarily come down into the battle and stay with it." He had to be the bravest person I've ever known. Exposed to enemy fire and with complete disregard for safety, Pitts started grabbing wounded men, pulling them back behind a tree trunk or a fallen log. He put wounded soldiers into the helicopter's lift basket, which lifted them out of danger. But when the helicopter was hit and had to evacuate, Pitts elected to stay on the ground and work with the wounded. One soldier who was there, observed Pitts, said this: "It just seemed like he was everywhere. Everybody was ducking. He was crouched and crawling and dragging people by the collar and pack straps out of danger." Pitts helped get ammunition to pin down riflemen. He even took up a weapon and joined in the fight. Already wounded 3 times, he was searching for more wounded when he was hit again and killed. Another who witnessed Pitts' gallantry said this: "Pitsenbarger was out of his mind to leave his helicopter for the inferno on the ground. We knew we were in a fight for our lives. My knees were shaking, and I just couldn't understand why anybody would put themselves in the grave danger if he didn't have to." We talk about him with reverence. He did actually give up his life for guys on the ground that he didn't even know, and he didn't have to be there. The heroic actions of Airman First Class William H. Pitsenbarger saved the lives of 9 soldiers, and on December 8, 2000, Pitsenbarger's father received his son's posthumously awarded Congressional Medal of Honor. Pitts was the first Air Force enlisted man to receive our nation's highest award for valor. Folks, this is just but one story of bravery and courage on the battlefield. There are many other men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice whose stories we'll never know. On this Memorial Day weekend, we remember the valor of all those who gave their lives in service for our country. And we also remember what Jesus said: "Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Would you pray with me? Father, we thank you for the example of unselfish devotion, of forgiveness of self for the benefit of others. Lord, that is a priceless value, and our country has lost that. Lord, make us willing to be those who think more of others than ourselves, willing to set the example that others gone before us have shown us, unselfish devotion for our home, for our community, for our flag, for our church, and for our fellow man. In Jesus' name, amen.
Sergeant of Arms, you'll deposit upon the monument a token of our enduring memory.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we will not be able to raise the flag due to a malfunction, but we know We are Americans, and we know what it stands for. On guard! 10 hut! Firing squad! Ready! Aim! Fire! Squad! Squad! Fire! Lock! Port arms! Percent arms! Order! Arms! Fall out. That concludes this memorial service. Thank all of you for coming out.
Junior, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.